Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Today we are in lecture 17 about novice teachers in the program MA Education, Leadership and Management, semester 2nd. And the course title is Instructional Leadership and Program Evaluation. This is Dr. Ijaz Ahmad Tatla with you. Let's discuss about the topic of today, that is supervision and evaluation of novice teachers. I believe that you are aware about the novice teachers, the teachers who have completed their training, that was the pre-service service teachers training, and they have inducted as teachers in a school or in a college. The early years of teachers' career should build on their preparation experience with a robust mentoring and induction program for novice teachers. The early years, early 3 years, early 5 years, up to 3 years, the teacher is a novice teacher in the department because he is going to familiarize with all of the uh, culture and climate environment of the school. The aim is to further new teachers' efforts to improve their practice, help them understand the priorities of their school and school system, and build relationships with their colleagues. No doubt in the early days and early years, the teachers who have been inducted very newly in the department, they have to become familiar with the system, school system, and they have to build relationship, professional and academic relationship with their colleagues. You can see in this table, when does this stage begin? The novice teaching stage कब start होती है? This stage begins when you are registered as a student teacher education student in teaching degree program. Oh, very interesting. When are you enrolled in the teacher education program? If I give you example of yours, you registered in MA Education Leadership and Management program a year ago. In the first semester, you were supposed to be novice teacher. Till the time you complete your degree, you are the pre-service teachers. And when it is completed and you are offered a job in a school, then you will become the novice teacher. The novices learn the specific facts objectively and masters the basic concepts and principles in action. No doubt in earlier session we have learned that to meet the certain objectives, you have to learn about the activities going on in the practice in the field, in the classroom. There was a supervisor with you, there was a mentoring teacher and cooperative teacher with you, and the school leader also. Moreover, the supervisor from college, the supervisor from your department, and your teacher, they were all at your disposal to help and facilitate you and equip you with the all required skills. They began to acquire some basic skills, master the terminology related to his profession, and gather initial ideas about teaching duties. So the learned things, uh, when you are a prospective teacher, you have to put all these in practice in the field when you have joined as a teacher. Novice teachers do not have the skills that are required to handle teaching in classroom. No doubt the classroom management is a great skill. So they have to cope with the skills and they have to experience them in the classroom, able to form a cognitive map of the general duties of a professional teacher, two courses offered. Teaching degree program as an introduction to psychology and child development, educational philosophy and history of education. You are learning here, you have to learn them for what purpose? Because you have to develop your cognitive map towards the general duties when you will be a professional teacher in a school at working place. What is the goal set for novice teachers? Goal of effective supervision is to transform novice teachers into self-directed learners who depend on supervisory intervention less as they gain confidence. So when we discuss about the supervision and evaluation, the goal of supervision of the novice teachers is to transform them towards the self-directed learners. They should be able to learn their self. Reflection is a skill that should be practiced outside the classroom, requiring novice teachers to journal about their experiences, discussing their experiences with other early career teachers, videotaping themselves. Teaching are effective ways to practice reflection skills outside post-observation conferences. So there is another way to observe themselves, to supervise themselves through some videotaping, video recording, that as they can review, and the supervisor can do this, record the lecture of the novice teacher and then share with him under his supervision and highlight the things what he did good and what was not fair with this. Stages of teacher development. Here you can see different stages. The novice level, that is very entry level, advanced novice level, some seniority after a year or two, and effective level, that it has become into effective teacher, and with the passage of time become some expert, and again with the much experience, the final level is the mastery level. That is, so from the beginning they have enhancement toward the competent teachers, and when he or she is competent, it will be converted into effective, and from effective he becomes expert with some experiences, and with more experiences have mastery. Advanced teacher responsibilities are to develop the knowledge, skills, attitudes necessary for foster student learning. They recognize there is still a lot to learn. They are willing to learn more. They ask questions, they set goals, the short-term and long-term goals they set to achieve, and then review their status and stage. Observe the mentor and other appropriate teachers often, what their seniors, what their mentors do and how they do their tasks, and how other appropriate teachers work. Discuss feedback from visitations and by ready to try new strategies. Definitely, the people who visit him, his peer, his colleagues, his seniors, his mentors, when they visit them and they ask them what was my feedback, and in the result of that feedback, they try for new strategies. Share ideas with the mentor they want to learn. 2. Meet regularly with the mentor to discuss professional proposals. Problems of novice teachers. The novice teachers need support in engaging students in solving real-world problems to make content more meaningful and exciting. This is the first and foremost problem faced by them. For this, they have to, no doubt, they seek some support from their peer, from their senior, from his or her mentor. Novice teachers' apprehensions revolve more around low-level teaching skills with the focus on classroom management and planning. Novice teachers struggle with the generic teaching issues such as lesson planning, attendance, and data keeping, teaching rules and procedures, and arranging the classroom setting. So, for the novice teachers, all of the activities revolve around the classroom, its attendance, its lesson planning, its teaching rules, procedures, and classroom management and its setting. Moreover, there are some other problems faced by the novice teachers that these are classroom discipline, motivating students to take part in their lesson and listen with patience and effectively, dealing with the individual differences of the students in the classroom, assessing students' work, the homework and the classwork, relations with the parents to guide them about their child, organization of classwork. Rather, it must be systematic, insufficient materials and supplies, how to deal with them, dealing with problems of individual students and to guide them accordingly. These are also the other problems. Supervisors and vice teachers, how supervisors are involved with the vice teachers. The effective principals clearly understand vice teachers, managerial struggles, and provide support, including experienced faculty mentors, to induct them carefully into the profession. It is the duty of the supervisor to involve the vice teacher in the administrative and managerial struggles and provide them support how from the experienced and senior faculty mentors he can learn to induct them in the profession. Supervisors underscored the importance of trust building with the vice teachers. They primarily built trust through professional contact with them and relied on open two-way communication to keep that trust relationship flourishing. So it's very necessary for the supervisors and equally important for the vice teachers to have two-way communication to keep that trust relationship to be flourished. Hiding of things, stuck of the things, non-replying and non-vigilancy leads towards the deficiency and dishonesty and say inconfidence. Supervisors must create personal relationships with the vice teachers so they understand principals care about their success and vice versa. Prominent to trust is the ability of principals to create school climates in which vice teachers feel valued and are afforded the opportunity to collaborate with other experienced and early career teachers alike. So through the early career teachers can play their role towards uh, face building and well-wishing and well-repute of the school. And it can be done only when the principal or the administrator is there to create school climate conducive to learning and well-working environment. Principals who have daily contact with the novice teachers should internalize their role in creating conditions that attempt to motivate novice teachers. And the first step is to develop a relationship with novice teachers is marked by trust, mutual respect, and the willingness of work collaboratively to solve the problems. No doubt without mutual respect and willingness of the novice teacher, no collaborative work can be done towards problem solving. Unwilling novice teachers cannot play their role and cannot have confidence of their seniors. Resultantly, they fail towards the experience, they fail towards the expertise, they fail towards becoming an important component of that organization. Let's discuss about the supervision process towards the novice teachers. In supervision process, faculty supervisors validated their knowledge about teaching problems. Faculty supervisors who engaged in pre-observation conferences understand that inexperienced teachers require pre-observation conferences as a strategy to make lesson planning explicit and to uncover novice teachers' instructional decision making. As a result, effective principals do not circumvent pre-observation conferences and use them to ensure novice teachers understand clarity of lesson objectives, including systematic steps used in constructing lesson, anticipatory set, instruction, and closure. So these supervisory roles uh, leads towards the enhancement of confidence and expertness of the novice teachers. What is the need of novice teacher? They need quality preparation programs which incorporate a variety of field experiences, reasonable assignments in school context which support and facilitate teacher growth, clearly communicated expectations about what constitutes quality teaching, systematic induction support which includes a variety of components, especially the ongoing support of a well-prepared mentor who uses effective mentoring approaches, teacher assessment, procedures and measures that are consistent with the expectations of the school. So all these 5 components are the needs of the novice teacher for which the supervisor have to keep in mind and to support them. Finally, the evaluation of novice teachers. So it should be a positive element towards the enhancement of the teacher performance appraisal instrument, TPAI. Shared language of research-based essential teaching skills can be measured through appraisal processes such as the pre-conference classroom observation and post-conference cycle that are widely used to understand. Through this evaluation system, they are guided towards their achievements and their understanding of the tasks, and they are evaluated given some grades. Functions of teacher performance appraisal instrument. What cover? It covers the 8 major functions: management of instructions, time management of student behavior, instructional presentation, instructional monitoring, instructional feedback, facilitating instruction, communicating with the educational environment, performing non-instructional duties. So here instructional word is used towards the teaching, and non-instructional is the managerial assignments of the teacher. So to assess about the performance of the novice teacher, this appraisal instrument can yield some certain sort of grade which can be awarded to him towards his activities in the result of his activities. So these all 8 areas cover almost both of the sections, managerial as well as instructional. The features of this instrument are its very simple and multiple sources performance of data. And some indicators can be observed during a classroom visit. Other indicators require artifacts like lesson plan and student work that can be brought into a conference. And some other indicators are supported by both type of evidence. It's a 4-step rating scale on which this instrument is based. It is above standard, at standard, below standard, unsatisfactory. So all these 8 factors on which this instrument is comprised of is at this rating scale from 1 to 4. That might be above standard can be granted the number 4, at standard 3, below standard 2, and unsatisfactory 1. So this collected data can be analyzed and some certain figure can be reflected for it. So if mean value should be more than 2.5. If mean value will be more than 2, then it will be some considerable. The indicators other than the covering factors of this instrument are emphasis on use of time of learning for learning, emphasis on reflection about student development and social relationship. It emphasizes on the learning. It have emphasis on content pedagogy and on diverse learners, critical thinking, technology use, and motivation of novice teachers. Here in detail, the statements are given: observation activity and practice activity. So the different functions which have been discussed earlier, these statements can cover all the areas to be known about any of the novice teacher. Below are listed several observational activities that are likely to occur in the classroom, indicated in this instrument. Functions are in which one would look into record each activity. So that was all about the supervision and observation and evaluation of novice teachers. I think so you have uh, learned maximum about this activity. If you do have any queries and questions, you are required to write it in Google Classroom, and I will visit the class and respond to your questions there. But before this, you are required to listen carefully, have some paper and pencil with you to write the questions. And after writing all the questions, when video is finished, you should review your questions to make the corrects of the question, not the vague statements. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.